Grey Zone Warfare's latest big update, Winds of War, is just around the corner, and they have implemented some game-changing features, one of which is a very controversial move by pushing a bigger focus on PvP. There's also a ton of new weapons, AI improvements, quality of life improvements, and the introduction of weather systems. This is by far the biggest and most exciting update that they've had, and honestly, this feels like the one we've been waiting for. Kicking things off with the biggest change, and that's the PvP focus. Now, this has been heavily requested by the players, but at the same time been met with a bit of kickback. The way I see it is there's still PvE mode, so it shouldn't really affect those who only want that PvE fix. But for those chasing that PvP, they've now introduced what they call combat bases. Now, these are going to act as focal points for PvP battles. Once you capture a point, you'll be able to fast travel to it. That's right, avoid helo rides altogether by capturing these bases. But you do have to hold on to them for control, or other players will take them back off you. They've also brought in PMC conflict zones. So once you've engaged another PMC, this zone will now be marked on the map, signaling there's some PvP happening. And for your people to decide to head in for some PvP or avoid the area altogether. It's really going to change the way this game's going to be played. Now, it wouldn't be called the Winds of War update if they weren't bringing in weather effects. And as you would expect from Madfinger Games, the graphics and detail are insane. The weather effects are not only adding to one of the most graphically immersive games already out there, but will now change your tactics, visibility, and add even more immersion to this beautiful game. Now, say you're under heavy fire and you can't afford to sit out in the open and give your buddy some first aid, well, now you can drag your teammate out of the shit. Dragging down players is something that got me excited for ages. There's nothing like adding immersion by being able to drag a bro to safety. And not to mention, the dragging animation looks fucking sick. Now, they're also introducing squad tasks to encourage more team coordination, which is a nice change. No longer do you have to have your squad mate kill so many enemies for a task, just for you to have to come back and do it again later. Now, even if you don't have that task unlocked, you'll be awarded those kills as well, so long as you're in the squad and within a certain distance. Pretty sure it was 100 meters off memory. Don't quote me on that one. They're also bringing in improved damage and health systems with advanced damage mechanics, including gut shots, stun effects, and headshot dynamics. But we will see how this one plays out, because I've heard a few too many times that they've made improvements to this area, but yet to really see the results. So keep a close eye on this one. They're also doing a task system rework. You're going to be able to manage tasks from anywhere, keeping you in the fight and being able to submit tasks while still out in the field. This is going to be a welcome addition. Now, another massive feature that I'm excited about is mortar strikes. Calling in some indirect fire before advancing to contact is going to add a whole different level of realism and immersion, and I can't wait to try this one. Now, taking a look at some of the added weapons, attachments, and gear being added into this update, starting out with the new weapons, we have another long-range alternative with the SVD, which is chambered in 7.62 by 51. And while we're on the topic of long range, they've also now added smooth variable zoom, which is a welcome addition. We have my favorite addition of the weapons, which is the SIG MCX chambered in 5.56 by 45 or your 300 blackout rounds. I believe this will replace the M4A1 as the new go-to AR. They got CQB covered with the HK MP7A2, chambered in a 4.6 by 30mm round, which is a new one that's coming in. This bad boy is going to add some extra holes to someone at close range. And they've also added a Beretta, which I don't really care about. Another small feature with huge results are air tags. That's right, you can put air tags on your weapons. No more losing your gear, add the tracker tag to your gun, and now you know where it is when you die. I fucking love this. Moving on to some new gear, there's a new armor class, stronger than the class 3++, so I guess it's 3+++. Two new plate carriers, the Plate 6 and the Phantom 2, some additional gear with new UN variants and rigs, and a new helmet called the Skull Crusher. Now, finally, just quickly covering off some more additions and quality of life stuff so we aren't here all day. There's a few new cases to store weapons gear, ammo, and mortars in. There's going to be weapon repair and cleaning kits, better auto sorting system in your stash, identify friendlies faster. Faction members are now going to be wearing armbands to make it easier to identify them. You can now shoot out lights, so this is the first iteration of light destruction. It's time to go dark, people. Now, that's about it from this update. There are a few other things, but they're minor, and I don't want to keep you here all day. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button, and I'll see you in Lemang. And remember, stay tactical, and I'll see you in the next one.